Borderlands 4 is finally out, and though there's no native Mac port, I've found and tested 5 different methods to play it on a Mac. I'll introduce each method, talk about what performance you can expect, and I'll also give you some useful tips and settings suggestions to help you get the best experience possible. If at any point you find yourself overwhelmed with all the information, there is a link to our site in the description where you will find a very structured article on how to play the game. 3 of the ways to play it are cloud gaming services, and the other 2 let you download it and run it locally, so there's something for everyone. But before you choose which one you want, you'll have to buy the game. To help you, we'll leave links in the description to where you can purchase the game, and we'll also add links to discounts when such are available. The first method you can use is Boosteroid, the cheapest cloud gaming service that's actually any good. Before we get any further, note that Boosteroid currently supports only the Steam version of Borderlands 4. The main draw of cloud gaming is that your machine doesn't matter so long as you can supply it with around 40 megabits of stable internet. And if you've got a faster connection, you can crank up everything to max even in 4K, and you should be more than fine. This advantage of cloud gaming in general is on full display with a title like Borderlands. This is a heavy game, so even decently powerful machines will still struggle to run it at max or even medium settings. That's not to say the local methods aren't valid, but the truth is you'll need at least an M3 Max machine with 24 gigs to get decent performance without resorting to the lowest settings. On the other hand, to play it with Boosteroid, you just need an okay internet. All you have to do to start gaming is follow the link in the description, register for the service, and buy a subscription. Then just search for the game and click play. It's all pretty easy, but we have a how-to tutorial if you need it, and an overview of the service if you want something more in-depth to make up your mind. The next solution is GeForce Now, and it is the largest and most popular cloud gaming service out there. Its pricing is steeper than Boosteroid, but this is somewhat offset by its larger gaming library. Ultimately, the choice between the two depends on personal preference, but I still prefer Boosteroid simply because it gives pretty much the same performance, but at a considerably better price. But if you want the best of the best with all the bells and whistles, go with GeForce Now. Like with Boosteroid, all you need is stable internet, with around 40 megabits per second, and you can play games with 1080p and 60 frames per second without any noteworthy lag. And if you've got a faster internet, say around 50 megabits per second, you can stream with 4K and 120 FPS. Using GFN is similarly simple. Just go to the respective link below, click Join Now, pick a preferred plan, and register. Then download the service's macOS app, launch it, and look for Borderlands 4. Then click play, and after logging into Steam, you can start playing. The next solution we want to give you is XCloud, Microsoft's proprietary cloud gaming service. To play Borderlands 4 with it, you'll need a game controller connected to your Mac. No keyboard and mouse support here. Personally, I prefer Boosteroid or GFN over this service, simply because there's no 4K option here, and also because I am not used to playing with a controller. But if this isn't a deal breaker for you, then XCloud is at least worth the try. To use XCloud, go to the link in the description, choose the ultimate plan on the page that opens, and register. After picking a payment method and starting your subscription, make sure you've got a controller connected to your Mac, and then just find the game in the XCloud library and click play. Crossover is the go-to method in 2025 if you want to use your Mac's hardware. It will give you the ability to play anywhere you want without internet limitations, and scales better with newer Macs. But you're not going to get anywhere near the graphical fidelity or performance you'll have with cloud solutions. As I said, Borderlands 4 is a demanding game, so you should really consider your Mac's specs before deciding whether to run it locally. I ran my tests on an M3 Max MacBook Pro with 36 gigs, and I still had to stick to low settings to get a stable 50 FPS, 70 with frame generation on. At medium settings, I managed to get 60 when frame generation was enabled and DLSS was set to quality, but without those, the medium settings got me around 30 FPS on average. I got the best results when using low settings and FSR set to quality. From my experience, I'd say that you need at least an M2 Pro chip with 24 gigs to get a playable performance out of this game. Anything below that, and you'll start getting frequent crashes and slideshow FPS rates. Don't get me wrong, Crossover works well here, you just need the right hardware for the job. Also, with this method, you can use mods for single-player games, and there's a 14-day free trial. To use Crossover, click the link in the description, enter your email, and download the app. Then, after you install Crossover, you must click the Try Now option for the 14-day trial. If you need a longer tutorial, visit our video on that. Just note that the experience with Crossover can sometimes vary between updates, so don't be surprised if it suddenly starts to break the game. If this happens, check our site for the detailed instructions, or you'll have to research this on your own. Now for some much needed Crossover optimizations to get the optimal performance on your Mac. First, consider the version of Crossover that you use. I ran my tests using Crossover Preview, which you can only access if you've purchased the app. It's like an experimental version of Crossover that is less stable but more capable, and for this game in particular, I think it works better. Next, in the Crossover settings, use the D3D metal translation layer, turn on MSync, and leave the high resolution mode setting disabled. Also, turn on your macOS game mode to boost performance a bit. In-game, use FSR upscaling and set it to quality, or balanced if you need more FPS. Set the HLOD loading range to far to smooth frame times and lower or turn off volumetric fog. I don't recommend frame generation. Aiming feels kinda off and the slight FPS improvement isn't worth it. Use a low or medium-low graphics preset, or if you want to tinker around, set most effects to low or medium. Bonus stability tip: set your lobby to local mode to reduce odd stutters. Kegworks is currently the most popular replacement for Whisky since the latter got discontinued by its developer. Think of it as a DIY version of Crossover. It's free, but it's not as reliable or user-friendly. I personally prefer Crossover, but if you are on a tight budget, you can give Kegworks a go. For this game in particular, Kegworks gets the job done and lets you play it on a Mac, but you should still be prepared for occasional bugs while working with the tool. Performance-wise, it's also similar to Crossover, but with more jank and potential for things breaking down. As for the setup, you first need to install Homebrew, then Kegworks itself, then Steam, and then the actual game. The process takes a bit more time compared to the other methods here, and so is beyond the scope of this video. For detailed guidance on how to set up Kegworks, just click the respective video in the description and it will show you exactly what to do. So this brings us to the conclusion of today's video. Remember, for more detailed explanations of the methods to play this game on Mac, you can always check the video tutorials linked in the description. And if you are interested in exploring more popular gaming titles you can play on your Apple machine, you should check the videos that will now appear on your screen or simply browse through our channel. Also, in case you found this content helpful, we'd greatly appreciate it if you liked the video and subscribe to our channel. Take care and see you in the next one.